In today's practice, we're going to be starting in a standing position. So you can come into it when you feel ready and just having your feet a little bit more than hip width distance apart. Close down the eyes and then just starting to move your knees. So bobbing the knees, starting to get a little bit of movement going there in the legs. Maybe your hips start to move along with your hips, your shoulders, along with your shoulders, your arms into your wrists. And then one heel at a time, lifting the heels off the ground. So starting to get this energy flowing through the body. Today's practice is rejuvenating, renewal, and just getting any of those cobwebs, any tense areas released and clear. So shaking it all off, shaking out any tension, any stress, any heaviness, anything that's been weighing down on you. You might like to move your head, starting to shake it, and then just going into a real full body shake. So you're dancing, you're shaking like nobody's watching. Maybe your arms come up overhead and get a real good shake on. You can also pause me right now and put on one of your favorite dancing songs just to get it real nice and going. I also have a playlist linked down below, so you can check that out as well if you'd like to play it alongside our movement. So shaking, 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 shaking all about. So you might already feel that your heart rate is starting to elevate. Your breath is starting to quicken. This is what we want. We're creating this yang energy, energy creating energy. Shaking, shaking, shaking. One last real big shake all over the place. And then find a still posture. You can keep your feet in this wide stance, or maybe you're moving them a little bit closer together. Placing one hand over your heart center, one hand over your tummy. Feeling your heartbeat underneath your hand. Feeling your tummy press into your hand on your inhale. And then releasing back on your exhale. Well done. Breathing in and out through the nose. Allowing your energy to settle, just like snowflakes falling. Or mist, rain mist falling towards the ground. Well done. Setting an intention for yourself for your practice today. How would I like to feel? What's my reason for showing up on my mat today? Thinking about it now. Thanking yourself for being here. Thanking your body, your heart for beating, your breath for breathing, the energy flowing within you. And then blink your eyes open when you're ready. Take your hands towards the sky, breathe in. Maybe introducing a little back bend if it feels good, heart space, rib cage coming forward, arms and hips moving backwards. And then exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, relax your head. Giving your head a little bit of a shake, so nodding it yes. Yes, I'm having a great day so far. It's only getting better. And then no, shaking it out, shaking the head. No, nothing is going to affect me today. Nothing is going to stay stuck in me. No heaviness, no stress. I'm going to let everything flow through me. Inhale, come all the way back up. Take your hands up to the sky. Whoops. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale, back to neutral. And then exhale, folding forward. Inhale all the way up. Take your hands up overhead on your exhale, arching through the spine. Inhale, coming back to neutral. And then exhale, folding over the legs, bending the knees. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale for your arched back. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, fold. With our breath this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale for neutral. Exhale to fold. Last time, inhale all the way up, rounding through the back as you make your way up. Take your hands up overhead. Exhale for their arch back position. Inhale, fold forward, standing at the top of our mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway, so lengthening through the whole body. Press your hips backwards, the crown of the head forward. And then exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Well done. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale to fold. Really forming those connections with your breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take your hands to the ground, step back into plank. And then we'll move our knees, chest and chin to the ground. Untuck your toes, spread your feet out a little bit wider, hands next to your chest, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lift your heart space, high cobra. Exhale, come back down, well done. Inhale, roll the back up. Feel free to lift your head and then exhale, coming back down. Press your hips into the floor, inhale, lifting back up. Exhale to lower back down. Bring your feet closer together, tuck your toes. Palms flat on the floor, press your mat forward. Come up into downward facing dog, bending through the knees, pushing your hips away from your hands. Feeling free to pedal out the legs for this first downward facing dog. Maybe you're nodding your head yes, shaking it no. You're pressing your hands away from your hips and lifting your hips away from your hands, lifting out through the shoulders, well done. Even though we're pedaling our legs, we're bringing our tummy towards the thighs. And then coming into a still downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, come up onto your tippy toes, walk, step or jump to the top of your mat. Lifting up halfway once you arrive. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the hands up to the sky. Exhale for your arch back. Inhale, neutral. One more time in that way. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank. And moving down halfway or all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes. Inhale for your back bend. Baby cobra, high cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhale for downward facing dog. 2 or 3 breaths here. Look back towards the toes or towards the knees. Lift up out of your shoulders. Rise high onto your toes, look forward, inhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Half lift, breathing in. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, hands up overhead. Exhale, arch your back. Inhale for neutral. Exhale, folding forward, well done. Let's meet in downward facing dog, moving with your breath. Finding your plank on your exhale. Traveling down. Untuck your toes. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale for downward facing dog. Well done. Finding your downward facing dog, bring the feet together. Take one more breath in here. And then lift the right leg to the sky, breathing in. Then bend your knee, open your hip out towards the right side. Maybe you look at that right foot underneath your left armpit. So really opening up through that right side body, through the hips, well done. Maybe taking a couple of circles with your knee. Keep pushing your mat away with your hands. And then going in the opposite direction with your circle. Well done. Opening up out through that hip. Keep pressing through that right arm. So creating that balance, that stability. And then square hips, right leg lifts back up to the sky. 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee in towards your chest. Come up onto the toes of the left foot. Look forward, step the right foot forward. Back heel is going to be lifted off the ground. High lunge, right knee is bent. Inhale, take the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, sink through the hips. Nice and tall with your upper body. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, stay here. Well done. Maybe bend into that right knee a little bit more. Last inhale. On our exhale, turn your left toes out. Warrior 2. Drop your hands down to shoulder height, looking over your right middle finger. Inhale, extend the arms outwards. Exhale, bend through that right knee. Maybe getting a little bit lower. Well done. Flip your front palm, backhand, back leg. Inhale, reach the right arm up and over. Exhale, back to warrior 2. 2 more times. Press through the legs. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, right hand flips up, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Forearm comes down to the right knee, left arm lifts overhead, looking underneath that left arm or up towards that left thumb. If you find that your left hip is hiked up to the sky, see if you can drop it down. So this requires bending into that right knee a little bit more. Breathing here, well done. Let's go back into those reversed warriors. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Exhale to reverse it this time. Inhale for warrior two. Really creating some heat and fire through that right leg. Exhale for side angle pose. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to reverse it. Last time, inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse, side angle pose, sorry. Inhale, warrior two. This time, straighten your right leg. Wide triangle, reach forward with the right hand. And then take your right hand down, left hand comes up, look up towards that left thumb. Use the right hand to help turn your chest towards the left, keeping your hips in towards the line of your feet. Imagine that you're being held up by this left hand as well, so keeping it really nice and strong. And then last time for these reversals, this time reverse trikonasana, reverse triangle, press through the feet, look down, inhale, come back up. Flip your front palm, exhale, reverse triangle, lifting up through that right rib cage, that right armpit. Inhale, back to center. Exhale for trikonasana. Inhale for center. Exhale, reverse. Inhale for center. Exhale, triangle. Well done. Staying here. Feel free to take your left arm over your left ear, or maybe you're taking your left arm behind the back towards the top of that right leg. Pull your left shoulder back a little bit more. Looking up towards the sky, last breath here. Maybe there's a little bit more space on your exhale to feed the right hand down the right leg without changing the position of your legs. And then look down towards your right big toe. Frame your foot with your hands. Step back into a one-legged plank or a two-legged plank. Travel down all the way or halfway. Untuck your toes. Take your back bend, breathing into it. Exhale for downward facing dog. Bring the feet together. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Maybe this time looking underneath that right armpit towards that left foot. Press through that left hand. And then starting to take those circles with your left knee this time. Circling 3 times in one direction, getting a little bit of heat through that left hip. And then going in the opposite direction. Stay with your breath. Well done. On your next inhale, lift your left leg to the sky, square hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward, step your left foot forward. Lighter on your hands, press through the feet. Inhale, take the hands towards the sky. Exhale, sink your hips. Inhale to lift up the arms. Exhale, stay here. Take a breath in on your exhale, warrior two. Turn on your back foot, left foot stays the same. Drop your hands down to shoulder height. Looking over that left middle finger, take a breath in. Exhale, can you bend through that left knee a little bit more? Strong with the arms. Left palm flips to the sky. Breathe in, reverse. Exhale for warrior two. Inhale, reversed warrior. Exhale for warrior two. Well done. Last time, inhale to reverse it. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, left arm, left knee. Right arm comes up overhead, breathing in. And then exhale, take the right arm overhead. Can you bend through the left knee a little bit more? Press through the feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale, reverse. Inhale for your warrior. Exhale for side angle. Inhale, warrior two, well done. Keep that rhythm going. Exhale, reverse it. Last time. Inhale for warrior two, well done. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Turn your heart space towards the right. Press through the feet. pull your right hip up in that same line as your left leg. And then look down towards your left big toe. Inhale to rise. Flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse it. Inhale back to center. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, reverse. Last time with our breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, triangle. Well done. Staying here a little bit longer. Option to stay here with the right arm, or you're taking the right arm over your ear, or you're taking your hand behind your back. Resting it on your lower back or towards that left thigh. Pull your right shoulder back, looking up towards the sky over that right shoulder. Pressing through the feet. Well done. Look down towards your left big toe. Take your hands there to frame your left foot. Step back into your plank or your one-legged plank. And then exhale, travel down. Untuck your toes, take your back bend. Exhale for downward facing dog. Readjust your foot position, staying here for 2 last breaths. Bringing the feet together. Sweep your right leg up to the sky, breathing in. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward, step your right foot forward. We're going to get heavier on the feet and catapult ourselves with a little bit more of momentum, with strength, or you can drag your left foot towards the back of the right heel into stork pose. Left knee comes up towards the sky, breathing in. And then exhale, opening that knee out. Inhale back to center with your left knee. Exhale, open it out. Find your balance, find your drishti. Inhale back to center with the knee, back to stork. Exhale, active tree pose. Option to stay here, or you're taking your foot towards the inside of the right thigh, or towards your calf, or you can rest the heel against your inner right ankle. Palms can come down towards your heart center, or you can bring them up towards the sky, bringing your palms together. Lifting up out of that right hip, out of that right foot. Well done. Any wobbles, any falls, come back into it. Embodying that tree. Strength through the bark, lifting up towards the light. And then warrior 3, remove your left foot from your right leg. Take your left leg back behind you, lean your upper body forward, straight left leg. Look down underneath the nose, find your drishti here. Take your 2 last breaths in this position. And then hands find the floor. Left foot finds the back of your mat. One-legged plank or two-legged plank. Inhale. Exhale, travel down. Untuck your toes, take your back bend. Exhale for downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg to the sky, breathing in. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward. Step your left foot forward. Lighter on the hands, lighter on that right foot. Drag the toes towards the left and then bring your right knee towards the sky. Stork pose. Exhale, open the knee. Find your balance here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, opening it out. Well done. Last time, stork pose on our inhale. Exhale, open the knee. Well done. Either we stay here or we're bringing our right foot towards the inside of that left leg, anywhere on that left leg, thigh, calf, or towards the ankle. Hands to your heart center. Press and lift out of that left foot, out of that left hip. Find your balance here. You got it. Taking your breath in. Lift your right foot off your left leg, send the right leg back, warrior 3. Find your drishti here underneath the nose. Remove any bend out of your lifted leg. Keep the right foot really strong, either pointed or flexed. Drop your right hip down. Lift out of your left. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands down, step your right foot back. Left foot is swept backwards as well. Breathing in. Exhale, traveling down. Untucking your toes. Inhale, find your back bend. And then exhale for downward facing dog. Take your knees to the ground. Well done. Open your knees out as wide as your mat. Toes together. Press your hips back towards your heels. Relax your forehead down to the ground or onto your block. Hands, forearms on the floor. Taking a couple of breaths here. Allowing your tummy to fall towards the earth as well. Well done. So finding our breath, breathing into our back. And then starting to walk your hands back towards you. Bring the knees together. Lifting up onto your knees to stand up on your knees. Option to have 2 blocks next to your ankle or tucking your toes or untucking your toes, pointed toes. Camel pose. Take your hands behind your back, shoulders back, elbows back. Inhale, lift your heart space, lift your hips forward. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale for neutral spine, well done. Inhale for that back bend. Exhale for neutral. This time coming into your camel pose. Option to stay here with your hands on your back, or you're bringing your hands one at a time towards the heels. Hips press forward, shoulders press back. You're imagining that you're lifting your heart space, lifting your ribs forward and upwards towards the sky. You can either keep your chin tucked into your chest or look up or look behind you. And then one hand at a time, bringing your hand back to your lower back. Well done. We're going to sit our bum back down towards the heels. Take your hands onto your knees, round your back, bring your middle back towards the back of your mat. Well done. So taking your hands towards the ground again, tabletop position. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Bring your right foot towards the front of that left leg, so you're sliding it across. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we tuck our back toes, slide our back knee backwards. Finding a comfortable position, you can always use your block underneath your right hip just to create a deeper sense of stability through the joints. And we're either staying up on the palms or you're walking your hands slightly further forward. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. So you can look down to the ground in between your arms or look in between the thumbs. And I quite like to press my arms forward into the mat. So when we press, we're directing the weight of the body or weight of the pose back into another part of the body. So this is a hip opening posture. We're opening up through this left hip here. So think about bringing your left hip towards the ground. And we're opening up into the outer right hip. So this is why when we push the palms, push the elbows into the mat forward, we bring that weight, bring that deeper opening through the outer right hip, away from the knees and into the points of the body that we're targeting. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. Allow yourself to relax down into it. Two more breaths in this position. And then starting to walk your hands back towards you. If your right hip is off the mat, for this next pose, I recommend taking something underneath it. So block or cushion underneath your right hip. See what feels the most comfortable for you. And then tuck your back toes again. Lift your back knee off the ground. See if you can move more towards the fleshy part above the knee. And then option to stay here, or see what it feels like to lift your left foot off the ground. And then drop it back down. Lift it off the ground. Drop it back down. Inhale to lift. This time stay here, either actively, so using the strength of your leg to keep it in this position, or if you want to, you can rotate your chest towards the left, reach back with your left hand, hold onto the foot, bring the foot towards you. Option to stay here, option if you'd like to, if it feels comfortable and warm enough, to come into your mermaid pose. Right hand comes up towards the sky. Left foot comes into your left elbow crease and you're reaching back towards the fingers. Lift your heart space, also a back bend up towards the ceiling. Find your balance. Pull your elbows away from your head, away from your shoulders. And then starting to come out of it. Find your way into tabletop position again. We'll come into it on our other side. Left knee, left wrist. Slide your left foot over towards the right side. Tuck your back toes. Move your back knee backwards. Find your balance here. Untuck your toes. Inhale. Exhale, maybe we start to walk the hands slightly further forward. Relax your elbows. Relax your head. Press your right hip towards the earth. We'll take 2 more breaths here, relaxing down into it. And then starting to walk your hands back towards you. Tuck your back toes. Take your cushion or your block underneath your left hip for a little bit of extra stability, so you feel more balanced. I also like to bring my left foot a little bit closer to the pelvis. You can either point your toes or flex your foot. And then bending through that right knee. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lifting it up. Staying here with the strength of the leg, or walking your hands over towards the right side. Maybe we reach back with that right hand, bring the foot towards you. And again, option for your mermaid pose on this side if it feels comfortable to do so. Just taking it 1 breath at a time. Every breath that we take can help us in our pose. So inhalations are for creating that space, lifting the heart space up and forward. And our exhalations for filling that space. Maybe there's a little bit more room for our heel to come closer to the back of our leg. Release your right foot towards the ground. Take yourself onto your knees. And then from your tabletop position, move your feet over to the side. Come to sit on your bum. Take your cushion underneath your sit bones. Take your legs out in front of you. So just like our tree pose, we're practicing a forward fold this time with similar legs. The right leg will stay as it is. We're going to bend our left foot or left knee. Bring the foot into your inner thigh. Take your hands on either side of your right leg, lifting up through your heart space. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Either your hands stay on your mat. You might like to take them onto your leg, onto your ankle, your calf, or your foot. See if you can bring your left shoulder down if you feel like it's lifting. Imagine your hips are being pulled backwards to the back of your mat and your heart space is being guided forward. Inhale. Exhale, well done. Asking the breath to help you, breathing in. Breathing out, well done. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your body. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, drop it towards the earth. You can take a block underneath it as well. Hands frame your left leg, toes of the left foot towards the sky, breathing and lifting up through your heart, through your spine. And then exhale, walk your hands forward. Find your position. Maybe your hands stay on the ground, maybe that you take them towards your left leg. Right shoulder drops towards the earth. Heart space leading the way towards your left foot, breathing into it. Exhale, releasing your rib cage, your tummy towards that left thigh. So really using the strength of your core muscles to help you in your fold as well as your breath. One more breath here. And then starting to walk your hands back towards you. Bend your knees. Bring your feet towards your hips. Scoot your bum closer to the front of your mat. Let's come into Navasana. So we're bringing our hands behind the backs of our knees, coming up onto your tippy toes, walk your toes towards you. Lift your heart space towards the knees. Find your balance here. Maybe your toes stay towards the ground or slightly lifted. Maybe your hands remain on the backs of your legs, and you can always come back into these postures or these variations of our Navasana at any point. So we're just starting to form that connection with the pose, the connection with the muscles that are involved in it. Maybe we start to lift our hands away from the legs. So you can keep your toes towards the ground or maybe lifting them up parallel to the mat. Look towards your toes, find your drishti, pull your tummy towards the thighs. Maybe we straighten our legs. Maybe we straighten our legs one leg at a time. It's my favorite way of getting into it, or particularly training the body into what it feels like to straighten the legs. So you can push your right heel away from you or point your right toes. Bring your right knee back. Straighten your left leg or point your left toes. Well done. Bring the left knee back. Maybe we straighten both legs. You can flex your feet like before or point your toes. Pull your tummy towards the thighs. Bring your heart space towards the knees. Well done. Holding it here for 3 more breaths. For 2, keep reaching forward with the hands. Last 1. Bring your feet towards the ground. Kiss your knees. And then we'll roll onto our backs. So take your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Maybe bring your knees around in circular motions. Around in the opposite direction. And then bringing your feet back to the earth. Hands next to your hips. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift your hips. Tummy, heart space. Press your shoulders down. And then exhale, drop back down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lifting up. This time staying here. Maybe your hands stay on the floor. Maybe your hands interlace underneath the body. You might like to walk your shoulders closer together. Pressing your knees away from your chest. Pressing your tummy up towards the sky. Seeing if you can bring your knees a little bit closer towards each other as well. And then we'll just start to release back downwards from our bridge pose. Windscreen wipering your knees from side to side. And then from here, option to come into one more bridge just in the same way as before, or maybe you'd like to try your wheel pose. For wheel pose, we're taking the hands next to the ears, fingertips pointing towards the shoulders. You can open your toes out towards the side as you lift up. Just remember to bring the back in towards each other once you are up in that stable wheel pose. Come into bridge first, hips press towards the sky. Maybe we stay here, maybe we lift up onto the crown of the head. And then continue to press up. Once lifted, press your feet into the floor, send that opening through the heart center. So really opening up through the armpits, through the arms, the shoulders, and then press up through the feet, press up through the hands. So heart space, tummy, just like in bridge, lifting upwards towards the ceiling. And then when you feel ready, coming back down onto the back of your head, take your knees into your chest, rock from side to side. From here, we'll make our way up into shoulder stand. So there's different options for shoulder stand as well. We can take our hands next to our hips, bringing the hips up, or the legs up towards the sky. We're either staying here, or you might like to take your block underneath the hips. So from bridge pose, lift your hips, pop your block or pop your cushion or pop your support underneath your lower back and your hip area. Lift the legs towards the ceiling. If you'd like to lift up from here, palms on the floor, you're pressing your hands into the ground. Send your knees towards your forehead until your lower back comes off the ground. Then take your hands to support your lower back. And then you just want to bring your elbows closer together. So you're more than welcome to keep your knees bent towards the forehead. Or we're starting to lift our legs towards the sky. Send your hips, the front of your hips towards your head. Keep looking up towards the toes. Get nice and strong through the legs, through the body. Finding your position. Elbows in. Walk your hands up the back, so in the direction of your mat. And we'll stay here for 2 more breaths. And then either bending your knees, bringing them back towards your forehead, or one leg at a time or 2 legs at the same time come behind us into Halasana. You can keep supporting your back, or you're bringing your hands down towards the ground, as long as your hips are, or your legs are on the floor or on a support. Either toes tucked or untucked. And then slowly rolling back down towards the ground. You can do this with the support of your hands or on your back or on the floor, I should say. If you had a block underneath you, bring the feet towards the ground first and then lift your block off or away from your back, otherwise coming all the way down. Take your arms out towards the side, either cactus your elbows or move the arms out in a T shape. Scoot your hips over towards the right side. Drop your knees down towards the left. Keep your right shoulder on the mat. Maybe your left hand finds the outside of your right knee and you're just gently pulling it away from the hips. Same with the right shoulder. You're opening it away from the torso, away from the hips, finding that really juicy, nice twist through the body. And if there's another variation of your twist that you like, maybe you straighten your bottom leg, maybe you cross your top leg around the bottom one. Find a comfortable twist for yourself, for your back, for your torso. And then bringing the knees back to center, scoot your hips over towards the left side. Drop your knees down towards the right side. Same thing with this twist. Maybe you guide your right hand onto the left knee. Maybe you pull your left shoulder towards the earth, away from your hips. And then slowly, slowly bring the knees back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your head up towards your knees. Kiss your knees. And then relax into your Shavasana. So bringing the legs out towards the edges of your mat. Turn your toes out towards the edges of your mat. Take your blanket. Take a bolster underneath your knees. Take anything that you need to feel comfortable and relaxed. Allow your tummy to lift up and drop down with your inhales and exhales. Imagining yourself to be on a beautiful, warm patch of grass, warmed by the sun. The sun is kissing your face, kissing your body, warming you as you sink towards the earth. Flowers all around your head. The aromas and scents from the flowers drifting into your nostrils. You feel safe here. You feel settled. You're able to be invited down towards the earth, as if Mother Earth is calling you into her embrace. And she tells you that you'll always be supported here. Always be cared for. Always be nourished. Anything you need, she's here for you. Just like you kiss the earth with your feet every time you walk on it. I invite you to stay as long as you want in this Shavasana, maybe setting a timer for 3 to 5 minutes. So pausing me and then restarting the video to end our practice together. From here, we start to wiggle our fingers, bring some movement through the toes. Maybe you're lifting your hands up overhead, taking a full body stretch. Maybe moving your head from side to side. And then bending your knees, rolling over onto your side, curling up into a ball. And then whenever you're ready, you're starting to lift yourself up, press yourself into your seated position. Find your crossed legs or legs out straight or knees bent. And then take your palms in front of your heart space. Breathing in. Exhale, bringing your head down towards your fingers. Thank yourself for today's practice. Thank your body for moving. Thank your lungs for breathing. Thank your mind for staying focused on what we were doing with our breath, with our body. Thank your mat for supporting your practice, any props that you used. And thanking the practice of yoga for existing so we can share this experience and time together today. Blink your eyes open, raise your gaze. Have a wonderful day. I hope you feel a little bit better after today's full body practice. And I hope you can carry this feeling that you feel right now into the day ahead. So I hope you have a beautiful day ahead, a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you at our next practice together.